Constanza, Romania. Bucharest, Romania. If not a lot of you know where Romania is one of the Balkan countries in Europe. And I had the pleasure of being over there, taking the record label that I was managing at the time, taking them over to Europe to do a couple of shows and really expand the company. The whole process of taking them overseas was to really see if we could continue the journey that we were on when we were already initially in doing a Canada-wide tour, and then now we wanted to expand out into Europe and start doing things out in Europe. So I really wanted to push the company and really push things in a direction to see where exactly we could take it and really believing in ourselves. Because especially when you're coming up as an artist, the one thing that you always want to be able to do is you want to be able to have a certain sense of self-belief that is going to be the catapulting fuel to where you want to go, because motivation eventually is going to run out. And also there's only so many different videos of like motivational speeches you can watch online. So essentially eventually you're going to just need have this internal voice inside of you that's always constantly propelling you forward, essentially. So yeah, being in Romania was really dope. It was cool to be able to see the juxtaposition in life and just to be able to see the things that were going on out there in Europe. And like, obviously that was some place that I've never been to before with the group. So it was just something cool to see just how like people's mindset are. Like you get to be in one part of the city that's really kind of like nice, and then you quickly move over to another part of the city that's like not so nice. And then you have the Romas, which are the local citizens in Romania, and then you have the gypsies that are there. And there's nothing wrong with gypsies. They're all great people, but there's just something about the people in Romania. They just hate gypsies, which doesn't make any sense because aren't Romanians also kind of gypsies as well? So like I don't really understand it. But yeah, no, Costanza was cool. Like the whole time it was just like super like dark vibe, dark energies. Like we were always trying to get weed there. We were always putting ourselves in very compromising situations. But as an artist, I think sometimes you have to put yourself in a dangerous, compromising situation. Like how do you know if you're really living it to the limit? How do you know if you're really trying to impact, like if you're really making that much of an impact, if you're not causing a lot of a lot of these moments, like because when it really comes down to it, it's like you have to at least upnerve people, you have to at least create a reaction out of people. The things that you're making as your art, you have to be able to get people to at least say I don't rock with it or I'm rocking with it, and either way that's something that you need out of them. Like not all people being like, oh, I don't like your art or your music is a bad thing. It's good because at least you were able to get some kind of reaction out of them. It's better than nothing. Shout out to these fruit flies. Yeah, it's better than nothing, because the last thing you want to do is get people that don't say anything about your art, essentially, you know. So you want to have you want to be kind of like a provocateur without being a provocateur. There's nothing worse than a provocateur for no reason. If you're going to be a provocateur, you need to have reason behind the things that you're doing. You don't want to just be a provocateur for the sake of being a provocateur. Okay, it doesn't add up. It's not good. You need to be somebody who makes noise because it's good to make noise. Somebody who makes noise because it's good to stir up the situation. You want to be somebody who is out there doing these things that it's like it's amazing. Anyway, what I really also wanted to get at with this video was just to be able to say that like being able to travel the world, being able to go to different countries and experience different cultures is very vital for any artist coming up, because you're going to be able to pull so much wealth of information from these places that you go to that you're going to be able to apply to your art. And not traveling probably is the worst thing you could do. You need to get out there. You need to be out there. You need to be with the people, you know, just like in Seinfeld. It's all downtown, George. It's all downtown. It's all down there, bro. It's all the city center. It's all where people are, you know, commingling, cohabitating, habitating. It's all where you want to be as an artist. You want to be in places where the scene is vibrant, the culture is moving, and you have so much to soak up, because then you're going to be able to regurgitate it and put it out on the canvas, which is super important, because you have to be consistent also when you're creating. It's super important to be consistent. It's super important to just be in places that are going to be able to give you a fresh perspective on ideas. And it was also so cool to just be able to go to the beach head to the beach, sit by the water, kind of reflect on things. And it was right by the Black Sea, and you get to just think about the things that you want to create. And having being by the water has this very kind of like recharging effect that's there. So there, yeah, like I say, y'all gotta get out of the where you're at, man. You need to get out of where you're at. You need to be out there pushing things, really getting yourself in a place that's like going to advance yourself artistically. Because if you don't, then like I don't know, you might never get where you want to go. Like, where do you want to go? How far do you really want to take this? Where do you see yourself as an artist? You have to create this mental image. As cliche as it might be, you have to think it. Think and grow rich. Like, where do you see yourself moving? How do you see yourself? What's your lifestyle like? Because when I was really coming up as an artist, I never really thought of myself as being able to travel and be able to go all these different countries and stuff. But eventually, that's the mental image I created of myself. That's the mental image that people saw of me, the way I was presenting myself. That means that the way I started to move eventually started to create this person figuratively and physically. I think a lot of people get caught up in the kind of like, oh, how am I going to do it? Or how is it all going to work out? Or what's the plan? It's like, you need to stop trying to plan everything and stop trying to have everything be so concrete, because nothing is really truly linear. Everything kind of moves in waves. So the more you can just kind of go with the flow, as they say, then the more you can find yourself in positions that you're going to be in. Not everything is going to be a high. Sometimes you need to have that low to understand what you need to do to get back up on that high point again. So you got to go with the flow. You got to get yourself in a rhythm that makes sense for you as an artist, and not necessarily be trying to force things. So yeah, get out there, travel the world, see what things are doing, see what people are doing, see what people are eating, you know, eat the food, eat the women, eat the boys. I don't know how y'all get down, but get down how y'all want to get down. That's good. You know, get out there, really shake and move, man. Downtown. It's all downtown, George. It's downtown, as they say. All right, guys. Well, I'll catch you guys in the next video. I didn't want to make this Romania video too long because I don't really have too much to say about Romania. Like, I could get into the whole, like, immigration and police war and all that stuff, but it's not really about all the bad things that go down during some of these trips, or some of the bad things that I personally got myself into during this whole entire artistic journey. But the more we start doing these videos and the more people really want to kind of figure out what really my experience is, I have so many stories to share, bro. Like, I've been in so many criminal situations. I don't have a criminal record, though. God bless. All right, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.